Hello and welcome to today's English bite-sized lesson. Today we're going to be talking about the present simple, or I do. Now this can sometimes become a bit confusing, but it's actually very, very simple. The present simple is what we use when we're talking about things in general. When we're saying about something that happens repeatedly or something that is generally true. For example, nurses look after patients in hospitals. I usually go away at the weekends. The earth goes around the sun. The cafe opens at 7:30 in the morning. These are all examples of the present simple. These are things that are generally always true, so the earth goes around the sun, or things that are part of a habit or a routine. So I usually go away at the weekend. Now we can also use the present simple in positive and negative. So this means we do, or he, she, or it does, or I don't, or he, she, or it doesn't. Okay, so for example, I come from Canada. Where do you come from? I don't go away very often. What does this word mean? I don't know what that means. Rice doesn't grow in cold climates. So you see there we're using the present simple to make a question and to answer the question in short forms. Remember, when we're answering a question, we don't use the form of the verb. So for example, do you like coffee? Yes, I do. We wouldn't say, yes, I like. We would say, yes, I do. So this is how we use the present simple in positive, negative, and in question form. We also use the present simple to say how often we do things. So for example, I get up at 8 o'clock every morning. How often do you go to the dentist? Julie doesn't drink tea very often. Robert usually goes away 2 or 3 times a year. So you see here we're using the present simple to talk about how often we do things. How often, what time we usually get up every day, or how often we might go away on holiday in a year. Now something to remember here, when we're talking about certain people, the word might change slightly. So we could say, I work every day, but if I wanted to talk about he, she, or it, I would say works. He works every day. She works every day. It works every day. Or we could say they teach. But if I was talking about, for example, my sister, I could say my sister teaches. So we see how the verb is going to change very slightly depending on who we're talking about. We can also talk about the present simple and combine it with certain verbs, like for example, I promise or I apologize. And sometimes we do things by just saying them. So when we say I promise, there isn't an action that comes with that. It's just something we say. When we say I apologize, which means I'm sorry, there's no action that comes with that. It's a word that we say. And there are other words that we use in this same way as well. So I advise you to go to the dentist at least once a year. So advise is the verb, but there's no action that comes with that. It's just the word that we use to indicate what we mean. I hope you've understood this short summary on the present simple. Now I've got some worksheets for you below. Have a go at the exercises and see how you get on. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.